Hi, my name is Megan Reynolds, and today I've chosen to do my persuasive speech over using cell phones while driving. So this includes talking on it, answering it, texting on it, emailing, checking any kind of social media, just any of that is what this is going to be over today. So have any of you guys ever, answered a phone call while you were driving, or have you texted while you've been driving, or even texted at a stoplight or a stop sign? Because that does still technically count, that using your phone while driving. I can almost guarantee that at least 5 of you all said yes to these questions, if not all of you all could say yes to these questions. And I'm guilty of it too. There's been numerous times I've answered my phone, or I've been at a stoplight and thought, it's okay, I can reply to this text really quick, and did it anyway, even though I probably shouldn't have. I recently read about this study that psychologists from the University of Utah conducted. They just did it not too long ago. And it published a study showing that drivers who use their cell phones while driving, talking on it, whichever, can be compared to that of a drunk driver. They're saying that they're very similar to each other. The actions and how their brain functions and how they function while talking is very similar to that of what a drunk driver could feel. They believe the level of impairment, is very similar, like I said, because drunk drivers, they don't really know what's going on. They're all over the road. Same with cell phone users while you're driving. If you're looking down to answer a text, or if you're, just grabbing it to get it, you're not paying any attention, you're swerving, and you're all over the road. It's very easy for you just to look down for maybe 3 seconds, if not less, and look back up, and you notice I'm on the other side of the road. I've seen that happen plenty of times. I've known people that's done that, and they were, fortunate and lucky enough that no one was coming from the opposite direction to hit them, so they were able to, get back over really quick. So that was good for them. Their study found that the drivers who do talk on their cell phones, they drive slightly slower than those who don't, and that about 9% of them were slower to, hit their brakes if they see a car that is stopped in front of them. So if you're slowly hitting your brakes, obviously you're going to, rear right into somebody. 19% of them were slower to resume their normal speed after braking, and were found more likely to crash into other vehicles. They had a certain amount of study participants, and 3 of their study participants rear-ended their pace car, which is the car they, used in their study. And none of them were drunk, but they were all using their cell phones. So that's something interesting to see in this study, that these people who were using their phones, they did rear end somebody. They did run into a car. So that was something interesting that I had found about that. Obviously, one of the biggest and most alarming distraction while you're driving is texting. It happens all the time. I mean, I could say almost everybody I know has probably texted and drove at some time, and you're probably the exact same way. And it's obvious why that's so distracting and it's so dangerous to do. And I just don't think people understand, how dangerous it is. They don't think that just looking down to text, really quick is really going to affect anything. But in, all reality, you can look down for 2 seconds, line up on the other side of the road, and you're going to hit an oncoming vehicle, causing, injuries or even death on some of the people. And I'm sure everyone's seen the commercials, where it shows half of a text message, and it's like, this is what my sister was sending before she wrecked and she killed herself, essentially. And so those things are no joke, that obviously that's when it's going to happen. You could just be sending something that's not important, like, hey, what's up, or be there in 10 minutes. And that it could wait, or you could. It's even better to call someone, even though you probably shouldn't use cell phones at all while you're driving. It's better to call someone than have to look down and do it. So to me, it's a very dangerous thing. And although I don't know anyone who has, died from that personally, I know that many people all over have experienced that. Something interesting I found is that at any given daylight moment in America, all across America, approximately 660,000 drivers are using a mobile device, either hands-on or hands-free. And just because it's hands-free does not make it, okay. So in 2009 alone, 5,474 people actually died in a car crash as a result of some kind of cell phone use, whether it be talking, texting, using social media, checking email, whatever. And more than 448,000 were found to be injured because of that. So those are really big numbers. 5,700 people losing their lives just because of a simple text or a simple call is just ridiculous to me. And so it was really crazy for me to find out that many people had actually lost their lives due to it. And actually, in every one of about 4 crashes in America are cell phone related while they are driving. So, I mean, the numbers are real. It's crazy to see just how many wrecks are the cause of someone using their cell phone. In 1995, let me back up. Cell phones have really, they've come a long way. They used to be like something that wasn't a very big deal. Not a lot of people had them. And so in 1995 alone, only cell phone subscriptions only covered about 11% of America's population. And as of 2010, so just 4 years ago, so I'm sure this number has, grown dramatically since, it has raised to 93% of the population. And so it just goes to show that maybe about 9% of them use their phones while driving. So, and because of that 9% that uses their phone while driving, they are actually 4 times more likely to be in a car accident than someone who does not use their cell phone while they're driving. So that's just something to think about. So this is what really bothered me when I researched it. A lot of the studies that I read about, researched on, they would interview people and pretty much just ask them, do you use your cell phone while you're driving? Do you call on it? Do you text on it? And the majority of people said, yes, I do. But then that same amount of people, the same people that said, yeah, I do use my cell phone while driving, also said, well, I think it's dangerous and that it shouldn't be done. So it just, baffles me that these people who say that it's so dangerous are still doing it. So why are they still doing it? It's like people can't comprehend. It's hard for us to comprehend that, like a simple text can wait until we're stopped somewhere, like in a parking lot, at home, just wherever you're going. Before researching this topic, I didn't really realize how many countries actually had banned cell phone use completely while driving. Of course, the United States is not a part of that, but there are more than 20 countries, way more than 20 countries I found that they have banned it. Canada, just our neighbor, is actually one of them. But I was also surprised to see that 10 states in America have also banned and prohibited cell phone use while driving. So that was also interesting to me. Those 10 states were Connecticut, Delaware, D.C., Hawaii, Nevada, New Jersey, New York, Oregon, Washington, and West Virginia. So, Kentucky's not on there. I think Kentucky should be on there. I really think it could help a lot of car crashes and wrecks and stuff. So my personal opinion on this is that, I do think it should be prohibited. I do think it should be against the law to use your cell phone, or at least I think hands-free cell phones are also dangerous, but they are also, I think, better than the hands-on cell phones. So to me, if you can't ban all of it, at least ban anything that's going to be hands-on, like the hands-free calls. I can see that being a little bit better than what a hands-on would be. But really, I would like to ban, all of it, because I just really think that could really, decrease the amount of car wrecks we have, the amount of deaths that we have, because a lot of people that do die because of these wrecks are young people, people who shouldn't die so soon. And so it really bothers me. I just really think that something should be done about this. And what can be done is that, you can send in a letter to your congressman, you can make a bill, you can do all these things to really, to put your idea there, like, no, it needs to be stopped. You could just really go all the way with this and, try to get to be stopped. So that's my opinion. Thank you very much.